Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to BANDLAB Plus Coffee. It's time to wake up, wind up, and queue up with another excellent track. Today, we've got Tears Blend, Nightfall by Yana over on the lab. So without further ado, to the lab!
Let the music unlock your heart. It's time to collaborate. You're part of the family.
Time to wake up, wind up, and queue up with another excellent BANDLAB track. Tears Blend Nightfall by Yana got vocals at YANAGOTVOCALZ out of San Francisco, California, repping 8.41 thousand followers. How in the world are you guys doing that? Y'all must eat your Wheaties. So, Nightfall, Tears Blend has 1.07 thousand listens already, or plays already, 125 likes, including one of our own, and the description says, I found this beat and it took me to a place. This was a freestyle, but it all came together slowly, but surely. Yajic Beats made the instrumental. Put your headphones on. Singer, songwriter, raw vocals, R&B. Let's take a listen. Love this. Starting with the animal sounds. Tears Blend Nightfall, but starting with like this happy vibe. There you go. No lyrics on this, Yana. My tears blend with the nightfall, because sometimes I'd rather be anywhere but here.
Picture perfect, not in my book. Things ain't perfect.
Ooh, good flourish, good vocal flourish. I try to keep my head up, but I'm tired. I'm still human. Experience the real. It sounds like the vocal is doubled here. But otherwise, it's a nice, simple vocal where she's letting her talent do the work. This is a great hook. Or rather, pre-chorus. Our Tears Blend with the Nightfall is the hook. But
strong people get tired too.
We've brought in some harmonies to start amping it up. Tears blend with a nightfall.
Sometimes I'd rather be anywhere than here.
The beat stays nice and steady, and she plays around with the vocals, which is where we get a lot of our dynamics from. Good ooze.
I think it's very normal to seek a kind of place, any other place than here. A place of peace, well in harmony, where I long to be.
A place of peace, well in harmony, where I long to be. Let me ask you, do whatever you're dreaming. Do you ever get drained? Do you ever get tired?
Have you ever had just enough?
I can feel the tension in that.
Sometimes I'd rather be anywhere than
What a great track. There is so much to love about this track. Tears Blend Nightfall by Yana got vocals. The track overall, she mentions that she found the beat and that it's her vocals that kind of put in the work, right? The great thing about BandLab is people all over the place are making music, and then vocalists all over the place are taking that music and creating the pairing, the wine and the cheese, if you will. Wine is great, cheese is great, but when you get the wine and the cheese, it's great. So collaboration is key. I really enjoy the fact that this is all possible thanks to BandLab. No, they didn't pay me to say that. The first thing I love, on two things I love and one thing I want more of, is the hook itself. My tears blend with the nightfall, but I'd rather be anywhere but here. Now, while I would love lyrics to kind of go back and dive into all of this, this hook on top of this beat gives me a feeling that we have maybe a spring evening island vibe, and there has just been too much stress. And tears blending with the nightfall, you wear this happy face all day long. You go about your business. You help as many people as you can. You try to be as good as you can. And then at the end of the day, you got to wait until it gets dark so nobody sees that it's taken its toll on you, right? And then you start the very next day and do the very same thing. So that is what I get from that hook. That's what it makes me feel, is this idea that the only time I'm allowed to cry is in the dark when no one's watching, because I have expectations of me, and crying is not one of them, is what I get. So the hook is the first thing I love. It comes around just enough to be awesome, not too much to make us go, And then the second thing that I really like is how the vocal evolves over time. So when we start here in the beginning, we've just got this single vocal, or rather this single melody line. And what that melody line is doing is it's establishing not only the hook, but establishing our presence here. It's saying, hey, I'm here, let's go. And then as we progress through the song, we learn more about this vocalist, about how they like to take things from the simple melody and add flourishes, add harmonies, add layers. And that starts to look something more like this down here.
I think it's very normal to think what kind of place, any other place than here. A place of peace, well in harmony, where I long to be. Let me ask you, do you ever get dreaming? Do you ever get tired?
So you can see that vocal performance sort of evolves through the track itself, starting with a simple melody line and then moving to ad-libs, harmonies, oohs and ahs over our vocals, and just making it a more dynamic vocal performance. Now, that being said, the one thing I want more of actually also has to do with dynamics and the song itself. Here is something that can be tough when we are forking a track. The track is already established, and quite often, quite frankly, once we click the fork button and get into the studio, you'll see that the track has been uploaded. Whether it was initially 12 stems or not, the track is typically one uploaded track, and it's usually already been mastered. We can go into that more another day. I have some tips and tricks for how to make your vocals sit in that mix, but what that means is we're kind of given what we're given. So while this vocal performance is relatively dynamic, and in fact, it's one of the things I love about the track itself is a pretty steady heartbeat. And because of that, what my ear wants to hear is more processing, but not in the auto-tune EDM sound effects way. What I want to hear is maybe when we go into a pre-chorus, you have this, right? And then maybe when we go into that pre-chorus, we throw a filter on there. We get the, right? So what that does for us is that creates a moment in the song where if we filter that track, maybe we automate the filter, it comes in and then goes back out, or brick walls out. So you can make it maybe filter more and more and more and more. And then when we get to the hook, it just pops back off and you have the full track. This gives you this dynamic feeling of the track itself. The track is moving, the track is swaying in the breeze and doing its thing. You could also add a filter to the vocals themselves, not to make them radio vocals, but to give the entire song, which is excellent, just that extra little to take it to the next level. So this song is excellent. It doesn't need anything. But if I were going to add something, if there's one thing I want more of, I think it's dynamic shifts in the track itself, because the beat is relatively steady and the vocal performance is relatively dynamic. So if we could bring the beat up a level and tailor it to this vocal performance, it could become something even more special than it already is. So everyone should make sure they jump on over to BANDLAB and follow Yana Got Vocals from San Francisco, California. We gave the track our like. And then don't forget, you should also follow DJTatious on YouTube, BANDLAB, or wherever you choose to consume your social media. In the meantime, happy Monday, and we'll see you tomorrow.